Hello, everybody. So, since this is the start of a new year, I thought I would make a little list about and talk a little about my purchases of fragrances that I purchased the last year. So, which ones I've have been very happy with, and which ones not so much. And so let's first start with the designers, right? I have one which I'm really satisfied with, and one which I'm not so satisfied with. Right, the one that I'm really happy and satisfied with, and this was one of my last purchases last year, is Prada Luna Rossa Ocean Le Parfum. So, a huge improvement over the original. It is just what the original lacked, and that is a little character, a little strength, a little more sweetness. Not too much, but just enough. Definitely, I'm really enjoying this. I love it, and it is a good skin scent as well as clothes. Yeah. So Prada Luna Rossa Ocean Le Parfum, really a true heavy hitter for a designer fragrance. Yep. All right, and then this one I'm not wasn't so happy with. Well, because it was a blind buy, and now I decided not to do more blind buys really, unless I really cannot help it. But yeah, so this is a Boss the Scent Elixir. So this follows the Scent Magnetic, which I also have. And the same problem here, uh, you have this really delicious opening. Yeah, delicious, sweet, fruity kind of opening, but the dry down becomes very oily, let's call it that. Just not to my liking. Very, very dark and maybe even woody. Let's say I think it just becomes too much. Simply the dry down, too heavy, too heavy. But in the first 15 seconds or so, it's just really great. Smells delicious, as I said, fruity, but also kind of just spicy and exotic. But that quickly turns into a much heavier, darker kind of exotic smell. So yeah, this one is kind of yeah. As I said, that's the problem because the opening is not that important. The more important part is the dry down, as we all know. That's the one. That's the part that lasts much longer. All right, and then we have this. I would pick as my best purchase overall of this year, and the best niche also. In my opinion, the best niche that I have tried this year and that I know of. So it's Sacred Flame by Argos. Really beautiful and gorgeous, and yeah, it just doesn't get doesn't go wrong anywhere in the dry down, and really long lasting and strong, and really good for the cold weather. What else can I say? Sacred Flame is probably so far, along with Palasatine, anyway, my favorite work by Argos and Christian Petrovich, and yeah, definitely one of his best works. Yep. And then we have one. I just got into Electimus last year, and but I also had kind of blind bought another fragrance by them, which I'm not too delighted about anyway. I mean, initially I thought it was good, and on skin I really enjoyed, but on clothes not as much. So yeah, my first impression of you was very positive, but since I've kind of changed my mind a little bit, and that's Caspian Cherry. And the problem is that it's just very strong. It's sweet. It's very loud, and it's such a scent. It's not your everyday scent. You don't want to wear this on a regular basis. So that's why, since it's so expensive, pretty expensive. That's maybe not the best investment. That's the problem. But yeah, the scent itself, when you first smell it, yeah, it just smells nice, sweet, but also heavy. As I said, like a really, really sweet kind of cake that is just so sweet, so strong that eventually it becomes too much. You get sick from it. So I mean, I don't think I would get sick or nauseous, but I think if I really sprayed too much, I would probably. So that's the thing about Caspian cherry. Otherwise, if you just spray a little bit on your skin, it can really be nice, quite delicious. But yeah, if you spray a lot, I wouldn't recommend it, especially not on your clothes. So that was, you might say, a letdown when it comes to the niche department for me, all the fragrances that I bought last year. Still not a bad fragrance, definitely. And if you are really into gourmands, it's a good purchase for you, definitely. Just gotta show my new new shirt logo, alright. Then we have another one by Lactinus that, on the contrary, I'm really fond of because it wasn't a blind buy, so you know it, you can hardly be disappointed if you have tried it first. I mean, unless you are kind of very indecisive. I can get it. Some people try something, they think they like it, but later they change their minds. That's how it goes sometimes. But no, this is one of those that are pretty easy for me anyway to like, and everybody who loves rose and wood and that kind of stuff. So Rodent. So this is just really strong, sweet, but not too strong and sweet, sweet and wood and just spicy, kind of woody also scent. Just really, I mean, delicious, delicious and seductive also. I would say, yeah. I mean, I just it is one of those that just they just stopped at the right time, at the right amount of spiciness and sweetness. Yeah, definitely. Rodent. And finally, so this is like my new another introduction to a new house of earlier last year that happened. So I wanted to feature this as well because this is a very interesting kind of scent. Even though, yeah, I've heard from people that some consider it more feminine, but I really do enjoy it. So this is Argentina by Memo. So it was already featured in some of my lists. Yeah, I can see where they get this that this is a feminine scent. However, because it's still a rose and wood combination, yeah, I dare say it can be worn by a man, but yeah, I mean, if you are really that type of man, you gotta be a little elegant kind of guy and love this rose and wood combination. So this, in contrast to Rodent, this one is a lot milder. Yeah, it is a lot milder and not as sweet, not as strong, but more kind of refined, delicate. Yeah, definitely. So that is why this is a perfect gentleman's rose and wood, and this is more like a lady's rose and wood. But still, as I said, it's so beautiful that you, even men, I think quite many men cannot resist it. And yeah, so that was my like most out there purchase of last year. I usually don't get these kind of scents, but yeah, I thought I was just fell in love with it after trying it, spraying it on, and then I went outside. It was cold, kind of cold. Still, it was early spring, so you know that air when you spray something really nice and go outside, it gets full effect, of course, from that. So yes. All right, so I guess I'm done now. I mean, yeah, last year, pretty much like all years, have been a little bit, trial and error when it came to picking right fragrances, but it's better now, much better than it used to, be. When I first really started buying a lot, that was 21. Oh man, I just bought so much and so fast, so recklessly that, yeah, I just had too many regrets, simple as that. And I have thrown since some of those thrown away already, and few of them have been really used up. So, but this time I think this, I mean, all of these that you know, I've said are the, those that I'm happy with. I think I will use them up, or almost anyway. So, all right, that is it. This year we'll see what happens. I mean, maybe I don't plan to buy as much as this year, but that depends on what comes out and stuff like that. And yeah, so all right, see you then. Bye.